Previously, we talked with Bean and Jamie about socializing for kids while cruising. If you missed it, be sure to check it out.
All right.
So we just had a little refreshment break. These guys are responsible for drinking tea, and I am not responsible as of yet, so I am not drinking.
What are you drinking?
Oh, whoa!
What are you drinking there, bro?
This is a little special Delos moonshine mix. We call it Max's Spice Rum. And it started out as regular moonshine, but then we added some spice rum flavor, soaked it in wood chips, and we let it sit in the bilge since Chagos. So it's been about 4 months,
aging
kind of
nicely.
like
Getting smoky.
And I think it's quite good. I enjoy it. So.
Okay.
So where were we?
So what do you want to know about the future beautiful
when you guys were
babies
talking,
of Delos cruising?
we started talking about kids and the socialization, and then I got talking about the SSB nets.
Right.
And then I wondered, okay, they participate in that. Like, how else do kids participate in, like, sailing? Are they doing watches? Right. Does it depend on the age? Like, riding around in the dinghy, or what? What's going on?
They do most of the things that we do. They participate in watches, but in a way that's controlled. Niall now can stand night watch, clipped in and all the safety precautions. The girls do daytime watches. They do it together. They'll do a half an hour, maybe to an hour if it's nice conditions out. Provisioning, they can carry a backpack filled with flour and sugar as well as anybody else, so there's no issue there.
Thank goodness, because they eat a lot.
I know, they eat too much. Boat chores, cleaning, scrubbing the deck.
So like normal
we can all
chores
do all of it.
you'd have in a house, you just have boat chores.
Exactly. I mean,
absolutely.
You have a house, you got to mow the lawn once a week. You have a boat, you got to scrub the water line. You know, it's just
And Siobhan, who's 11, particularly likes the mechanical stuff. So we were in Madagascar and had to service a winch, and she was up to her elbows in grease and. Here's the pawl spring, here's the pawl.
That's like a whole nother level of education.
Yeah, it is.
As well, like now you're learning about diesel engines and like electrical stuff.
It's another teachable moment where you can talk about simple machines and mechanical advantage, and it's not hard to understand the fundamentals.
Well, it's pretty interesting to step back and think, not to switch us back to homeschooling, but to think about what's the end game for education. And you want your kids to be able to feel capable and confident and able to do whatever they want and find things they're interested in. And if this is the direction she's interested in, fantastic.
Yeah, cool.
And maybe it's not, and that's fine. But it's about also helping them to be just, I don't know. I think that capability is good. Not just, oh, something's broken, I gotta call the fix-it person. No, actually, you could probably do it yourself.
You are the fix-it person.
You are. And that kind of self-sufficiency is a huge confidence booster. And maybe a lesson in life.
Good lesson in life, especially coming from a disposable society where something breaks and you pitch it
Chuck
to
it
get
and
a new
buy
one.
another one. Yeah, instead you could fix it. And the kids are great at that, working out their own solutions to things. I loved this day that we were in the harbor in Talaga, and they found a whole bunch of junk on one of the little islets, and they figured out how to tie all this stuff together and make a raft, and then make a mast and rig a sail, and they were racing their little boats made out of junk across the harbor, right?
That's awesome.
With the plastic bag sail.
It's that. It's you know, when we're out at anchor and we need errands run, and it's with the dinghy. We can put the kids in the dinghy and
it wasn't always this way, of course.
No,
in the beginning,
no.
it was very much actually, they're quite small, and so we're babysitting mostly. One of us is on the kids, and one of us is getting stuff done on the boat.
I think the dinghy is one of the more dangerous things that is part of cruising, and so we've been really cautious in that progression. But at some point they learn the skills they need to have, and they do well by it.
So what are your rules with like PFDs and swimming and stuff like that?
They've evolved over time with their skills, and ultimately it comes down to the environment around us and the conditions that we're in night and day.
With the current capabilities and skills, they're all absolutely like fish and porpoises in the water, so their swimming is terrific.
From having been non-swimmers when we left, none of them could swim.
Yeah,
really?
None of them could swim.
And completely militant about wearing PFDs before. Now Certainly at an anchorage, no. If we're underway and the conditions are nice and they're in the cockpit, no PFDs. If they go out of the cockpit, then we wear PFDs. At nighttime, always PFD and a harness, of course.
Clipped in. Yep.
So it's sensible stuff.
Yeah.
That works for us. Yeah.
Like look twice before you cross the road. I mean, that's what I learned, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
And then you cross.
Yeah.
Right.
And the kids understand it because you see stories now and again where something happens and it doesn't go well, and so we talk about these things not as scary things, but this is the reality, and this is why we take these precautions, or this is why we can be a little bit relaxed because, okay, there's 4 knots of wind and we're motoring it at 6 knots, and yeah, if you're going to go and fall over the side of the boat, we're going to find you okay because everybody else is here looking. It's okay not to have a PFD on. You swim. That works for us. For other people, it may be different. That's okay. We all make our choices.
Yeah, for sure.
Up next, we talk with Bean and Jamie about health and safety while cruising with kids.